Hey everyone, this is Walter, and we're back here with a veritable saga from the subreddit Am I the Asshole? I'm not sure what I'll call the video yet because the title of the story is incredibly long, but let's just get started with Stories from Reddit Am I the Asshole? So we've got a long story with a lot of updates. It will definitely take multiple videos, so let's just get into it. Will I be the asshole if I step down from being maid of honor to my brother's wedding after my future sister-in-law implied I will ruin it because I'm not as pretty as I was in my 20s? TLDR, my former friend and future sister-in-law thinks I look tacky and I need to lose weight so I don't feel comfortable being maid of honor and being in the pics. Look, my brother, male 38, Aaron, is super smart book-wise but can be a fool when it comes to affairs of the heart. I am not mad at him about this, and I don't want to hurt him, but Heather, female 27, is Sith Lord of a woman, powerful, manipulative, and ugly underneath their masks. It sucks more because I introduced them. Heather and I, female 32, met playing D&D, and we stayed in touch after that group disbanded. She met Aaron at my birthday party, and they dated in secret for a year before telling me and our mutual friends. They got engaged at my next birthday party, and he asked me to be his best woman, a female best man. Because he and I have always been incredibly close, and Heather frowned at him and said that was ridiculous. And I obviously should be her maid of honor, since we're friends, and a female, and women go to the bride's side. The moment became awkward, and I told them I am happy to stand for them on either side because at the end of the day it's about them as a couple, not the individuals, and whatever they wanted worked. I'm an idiot. I can list in great detail all the disturbances in the force that should have told me she was far more trouble than she was worth, even if she were encrusted in diamonds, but my brother had been deliriously happy, and I rolled a 1 on insight, I guess. The short list of problems was that Heather assumed the maid of honor is also the wedding planner, point of contact to the bride, free makeup artist, and pays for the bridesmaid dresses and the bachelorette party. I compromised by committing to doing the makeup for free. I did modeling in my 20s and know how to make do. Helped plan the wedding with her and my brother, but could not financially pay for the dresses she wanted. I would pay for mine but not the others. And the party. So I offered to do one and she picked the dresses, the more expensive, and I paid it without complaint. She had all the bridesmaids except for me pay for the whole bachelorette trip, even those who couldn't come, but blasted me in the group chat about it, like apologizing for the cost of the trip, since OP's not financially contributing, which led to the girls asking me how and why I ended up not paying anything. Things like that kept happening. God damn, I get asking her to do the makeup for free maybe, but why would she be on the hook to pay for all this? That's not something a best man does. She's goddamn greedy. I'm going to pause here and say my brother is a senior staff engineer at a huge tech company and teaches programming at a huge school, so he makes plenty of money. When I asked my brother why he wasn't helping pay for stuff at the wedding, he looked incredibly puzzled and asked what I meant. I immediately shut up, realizing I stepped in it, and he said Heather insisted she pay her half of the wedding, and they joint pay the joint parts, cake, venue, etc., to say to her haters she's not marrying him for his money. I know I am the asshole for stepping in that one, I admit. There's more, but I don't want this to be a novel, so I will jump to the part I might be moral asshole for. I hosted the bridesmaids and Heather at a planning party she wanted, and we sat, working on odds and ends and drinking lots of wine, when one of the girls, Amber, female 20, asked if she can change her hair color. Her own wedding is coming up, and she got a long wait-listed spot with a salon on her wish list to dye her hair and she wanted to go red. For a note, I am black, and use weave to shade and style my hair in crimson red twists. Amber said she would want about my shade and that it complemented my skin tone. Heather chuckled a bit at that, and I kind of looked at her like, what? And she said that it was fine, and she's no bridezilla, but she would prefer only one of us look that tacky. Yeah, I'm not a woman, but this is definitely where I say, hey, fuck you too, buddy. I felt hurt as Heather knew me before I went red years ago, and back then told me how great I looked, and that I glowed, and now I'm tacky? I asked her if she meant it that way, and she shrugged and said, it's about the people, not how good they look, she said. I didn't get it, and the other girls started chiming in, and Heather just said, oh my god, calm down, I didn't mean anything wrong. I won't let OP ruin my wedding entirely. It's really okay. We all are going to start looking different in our 30s, etc. I was the oldest of all the girls there, and I kinda chuckled it away, and said Heather was the one who gives me compliments on how much I still look young, and like I did when I did fashion modeling. Nothing big, just commercials and small local runways, as it was once my dream to be like on Victoria's Secret or whatever, LMAO. And she snorted something like, you can't do runway now and you know it. Okay, at this point I flat out asked her if she had something to say to me. And she said that since I had been so sensitive about her asking me to do things, be wedding planner, paying for the party, etc., for her wedding, that she didn't want to bring it up, but she wanted me to change my look back to when you were so pretty, like when we first met. That meant going back to my natural light brown hair, losing weight, I am 5'7" and 120 pounds, and wearing shapewear to fit in a smaller dress. Then she said, look at these lovely ladies, right? It would mean a lot to me if you all could shine up there. I said that was hurtful and I liked how I looked now. I had lots of body issues trying for that dream in my 20s and skipped meals, drank too much, and worse, I hated my body. Now I do have curves and I love them. I offered to wear a wig for the wedding if my hair color was an issue, and she just got quiet and changed the subject. To keep from everyone watching me get upset, I just shook the wine bottle and laughed something about it getting empty, saying I was going to the kitchen to get a fresh bottle. Heather was there after a couple minutes and started saying, hey, you know I love you, no matter how you look, babe. And I just shot, but I look tacky? And she shrugged and said that's why she didn't want to ask me. She knew I couldn't focus on anything other than perceived slights. I handed her the new wine bottle to bring in, and I stepped outside to calm down. Perceived slights? This is gaslighting at this point. What the Christ? It's still on my mind. The wedding is this summer, and I am kicking myself for being sensitive. It's messing with my head. Now I can't even dream of standing up in front of everyone we all know in a bright dress. The maid of honor dress is a different color and cut than the other bridesmaids. The way I am, but a part of me thinks I am letting her under my skin, and should not worry about how I look. I don't want to be maid of honor regardless, though. Will I be the asshole if I step down? I don't even know what I would tell my brother. Sorry for the nerdy references, it's a coping mechanism. Edit, a couple of frequently asked questions and things I didn't think to add. Brother has a prenup. It wasn't really a trust thing, but he just figured it would be there for them to point at and rebuff the rumors that she is with him for money, and I am told she enthusiastically agreed. She does not have a full-time job. She works retail and does some theater work at my job as an actor. She lives with her sister and sister's spouse in the city as she is in school. She took a few years gap from high school to college. Her sister is kinda how we met, as she is part of my gaming group. I do not work in software, nor do I make a lot of money compared to my brother. I am single and live alone and make okay money in non-profit theater to survive. Aaron and I don't have any other family. We've been each other's family after I came out as bisexual and our grandfather disowned me. Aaron went no contact out of support for me. We are also not biological siblings, as Aaron is adopted and I am miracle baby. Our dad walked out when I was a kid and our mom passed away when I was a teen. I should mention that this seems to be a different subreddit than usual with a similar name. Probably created so there'd be less stupid rules. This woman really wants to have her cake and eat it too as far as money goes. Oh, I'll get my bridesmaids to pay for everything and then flex to my husband like I did it. She probably thinks that's no big deal, but it's actually a pretty big lie. No, you're not the asshole. I'll say it for you. Heather's a bitch. A mean, catty, insecure bitch who is doing her best to put you down and make you look bad. She's lied to your brother that she's paying her share of the wedding when, in reality, she expected you to subsidize her and has made everyone else pay for things. Rather than thank you for buying the bridesmaids' dresses, and by the way, I'm British, and over here it's on the bride to buy the dresses, so Heather really sucks on this one. And thank you for doing the makeup, she instead bitched about you not also funding her bachelorette party. She made you the villain, or tried to. So here's where you have a choice. You could stay quiet and let her walk all over you, thus setting yourself up to be her punch bag whenever she feels like it. You can step down, in which case she'll find a way to make you the bad guy, and potentially will try to poison your relationship with your brother. You do get that she has you as maid of honor because she does not want you hanging out and spending that time with your brother, right? By making you seem jealous or similar. Or you can speak to your brother. The other bridesmaids heard what she said, so there will be witnesses. You word it like this. Hey, I know I agreed to be Heather's maid of honor, but I don't think I can do it. Heather is really worried about her aesthetic and has asked me to color my hair, lose weight, and wear shapewear. In fact, as the bridesmaids can confirm, she shared that she's really worried that my tacky look is going to ruin your wedding. I know you're looking forward to this, so I think it's better that I step down rather than ruin things for Heather. Even if I do step down, I want you to know that I won't be asking to be reimbursed for my dress. Nor will I want to be repaid for the other bridesmaids' dresses that I paid for. I just want you guys to have the happiest day ever, and I'll still be there, and I will of course bring a present. But I don't think I'll be able to people's up on the day either. as I wouldn't want to make the bridesmaids look as tacky as Heather feels I look. I'm so sorry for the inconvenience, but I think it's best I just be a guest and allow Heather to have her special day exactly as she wants it to be. Okay, that might be a little too sarcastic and passive-aggressive to really get how she feels across. It goes better than that though in reality. Heather is gaslighting you. She's making mean comments and then acting like you are overreacting to what she says. Not the asshole for wanting to step down. However, know that she'll make you the villain regardless of what you decide to do. And if you choose to step down, she'll say she knew you would flake and planning was so much harder because you misled them, while also making shitty comments about how she's glad to not have someone so tacky at the wedding party. Also, 120 pounds at 5'7" is slim, so she can fuck off about wanting you at your modeling weight. When I was in my 20s, I was underweight. It was unhealthy. I will never go back to that. I don't want to ever go back to that. I was an unhappy person, vying for a goal that wasn't good for me mentally or physically. Heather knew that, which is why it hurt more than if a stranger said it. Definitely trying to wrap my head around 5'7" and 120 pounds being too heavy. I'm not even going to run that through the BMI calculator. It's obviously fine. Okay, normally I'd read more comments, but we've got updates to go through. The OP decided that she had to tell her brother, for his own sake. You would not want to be married to this woman. Update. My brother knows everything now. I tried to write this update on the original post, but it got too long. So sorry, but I'm a bit emotional, and at this point tipsy. I immediately got comments saying the similar thing, that I would be the asshole to not tell my brother the truth. It was devastating, and I admit some of the comments were worded in a way that really hurt, but at the end of the day I was asked if I was okay with Aaron marrying a person who will hurt him, and something in my brain clicked. I love my brother more than anything, and I realize now I was being spineless and selfish to not come to him with this. I was a coward and so afraid of losing my only family, I forgot to be family to him, and that's hard to even type, but it's true. Aaron called me early. Apparently a bridesmaid who was at my house the night I mentioned in my last post, Sophia, female 26, who was one of our good friends, apparently suggests he reach out to me, and when he asked why, she didn't say. I didn't realize, but I have been miserable since that party at my house. I didn't know how much I seemed off. It was brought to my attention how far out I seemed in public and how withdrawn I've been in general. Aaron called and asked if I was alright. I know the wedding is stressful. Heather has been a wreck. And I snapped and just started crying and hung up. He was at my place within the hour and I told him everything. I don't remember seeing him so mad in my life. I am skipping a bunch to be brief. He asked me how much I spent on the wedding and I just handed him my phone with my bank app and the bridesmaid chat all open, and he scrolled and asked me why I would not mention this to him. I explained and he shook his head. He wrapped me in a hug and told me not to worry and ordered us food. After he left, Sophia texted me and Aaron in a new group chat with the three of us, some recordings from when she was making TikToks and the like in various bridesmaid events, with Heather in the background and nothing more. I saw it indicated Aaron saw it, but he hasn't said anything yet, other than, I will use a fake name for myself as I have the others. Francesca, turn off your phone if you can. I will drop by tonight. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb and I'm on my couch drinking and waiting. Quick random update. I am a bottle of wine in, so forgive my dyslexia. I am doom scrolling Reddit and Facebook, and Heather has blocked me on Facebook. And through an app for my texts, I can see that she's texted many times. I have opened nothing and won't until Aaron arrives. In the meantime, I am truly in good tears over your support and advice. I was never a strong person. That was our mom. But you and my friends make me feel strong, and I cannot express my gratitude. I will update when I can, but it may be tomorrow, as I am passing that line of tipsy into more than tipsy, lol. But seriously, thank you all so much. Second update, my Venmo popped up and Heather's sister, Haley, just sent me money. No description on it, just a bride emoji. Also, Aaron says he is on the way. As I am on Facebook, I am seeing more of the girls in the bridal parties in different chats having issues with Heather. I am more of an Insta/Twitter gal, so never even saw it. I am messaging them back now. Editing in to say that I am trying to post the update, but having issues. May have to make it 2 separate posts. Oh man, what was in the TikToks? You have a good brother. I'm sorry this is happening to you, but your brother is on your side. Update me. She was TikToking many times, but also during the planning party at my house. I didn't watch them all, but the ones I did watch had Heather's voice as she put me down. One clearly has her voice saying I am wasting space if I don't go and pay for the bachelorette party, which I completely forgot about. Another was one I was not there for, but Heather used the N-word, and the recording cuts out as the girls say, "That's not okay." I don't know what Aaron is going to handle this, but he knows how much I hate that word, and so did our mom, and it angers him as well. I'm going to read one more update of the story, then I'm going to call it a day. Update. Background info. Again, so sorry for long updates, but I'm also trying to answer questions from the comments. For context, I am updating my older post. This is only part of the update, as I can't seem to post the whole thing in one post. Stardate, the next morning. Y'all encouraged my nerdy side. Sorry, lol. Happy weekend, everyone. I was shook at how much my notifications blew up more than the Death Star. Bear with me as I sort through everything, because it's a lot, and I had a lot of wine last night, stress drinking, and today I am slightly paying for that. LOL, I'm dyslexic, but I will do my best here, and try to take my time. First, some background that came up in the comments. Some of you called it, but yes, I suffer from an abusive relationship myself. He doesn't even deserve a nerdy fun name, so we will just call him Jeff. Jeff was emotionally and physically harmful to me, and encouraged my dieting in my 20s, constantly calling me fat, etc., and that was him being nice. Whenever I tried to leave, he would either intimidate or gaslight me, or both. The short of it is, Aaron finally figured out what was happening, as I had gone so low contact with him, and let's just say you wouldn't like Aaron when he's angry. Jeff is so far in my rear view, one would think he's a mirage. Also, I finally watched all the recordings Sophia sent Aaron and I. They were just snippets that she never posted due to lighting/noise, or something being said that she didn't want on the internet, but with Heather somewhere in it or heard in the background. Not all of it was her hurling insults at me, as some are from outings I could not attend, and she put down others. I mentioned before, Sophia is close to both Aaron and I, and we have a sibling-like love for one another, and also that Sophia is gay. One video is just Sophia holding her phone down as Heather explains why Sophia's girlfriend can't be at the wedding. You guessed it, Heather checked the homophobe box. She just hit bigot bingo. I am so embarrassed I ever thought she was my friend. Many other videos were Heather's put-downs to me. Sophia even managed to get the tacky combo from the point after Heather called me tacky the first time on. There is much more to add. I will put another update on with what happened last night. Starting to wonder what Heather's ideal wedding's even supposed to be. What's so horrible about it just representing your real life? There's barely any comments on this one, but I think that's because the one after is where everything happens, and they came out on the same day. Obviously no one in the world is going to call OP an asshole, so it's not really that kind of story. This one's all about the updates. I haven't finished reading it yet even, by the way. I'll be back soon with a hopefully thrilling conclusion. Anyway, if you like the video, please give it a like. If you have something to say, make sure you let me hear it in the comments. I'll be reading them while the video's new. If you're new here, consider subscribing for more of the same. Big thanks especially to my awesome patrons who help support me more directly over on Patreon. I really appreciate it. I should have more Nice Guys and Lucas Werner coming up soon. Also, Chibi just got back from his 3rd Japan trip, so it may be more of that at some point. Have a great day, everyone, and sorry I can't be as pretty as I was in my 20s.